Hey guys, MWUSA Season 5, Episode 49. It is Saturday night and quiet night. We got a little bit of illness in our house right now. My mom's sick a little bit right now too. So a lot of stuff going on at home there. We were going to go look at countertops today. Didn't get a chance because my wife wasn't feeling well. So she's at home recovering. I just dropped off one of my kids at their cousin's house for a sleepover. Another one is going to a different cousin's house for a sleepover. And the rest of the kids will be at home tonight. Should have a nice quiet night tonight. And tomorrow I will be visiting a lot of casinos, working hard to make the money and getting things planned out here for the close future, so the next month or so. So I wanted to drop you a line here. Obviously there was some stuff going on in the news today. Our country attacked Iran, and obviously that government is falling. There's some turmoil going on in the world. Pakistan and Afghanistan, and a lot of other stuff going on right now. And obviously, with all the Middle East stuff going on, oil prices are going to be shooting up. Most likely, gold and silver will be shooting up. The question is going to be how much, and I'm not going to get greedy here. When it goes up Monday, I will probably sell. I'm thinking reasonably it could go to 99 to 105 pretty easily for silver. And I'm going to make some adjustments to my positions, pull some cash off the table, and just be ready for some changes to happen. At the same time, you're thinking, well, it could get a lot worse. But I don't think that's going to be the big reason that things change. So anyway, we got that stuff going on. Looks like I'm going to be in Vegas in March. So today's February 28th, tomorrow, Sunday, March 1st. And I'm thinking probably the end of March I'll be back in Vegas. And I'm thinking Minnesota may be my next target after that. There's reasons for that. I look at casinos a little bit differently than a lot of people do. I'm looking for a place where I can bet like 50 to 500, 50 to 300, 25 to 250, 25 to 300, stuff in that range, and kind of be under the radar. And a lot of these casinos that I'm looking at, Vegas, obviously, no problem. Minnesota, I think there's some good chances there. I think St. Louis, there's good chances there for that stuff. I think Pennsylvania is a no. I think Arizona is not the greatest. It's okay. Maybe some other places I'm looking at, I don't want to really mention right now. But I see a lot of potential, and I want to start scheduling these trips, and we're going to start with Vegas. But I don't know if it's because of the political stuff going on right now. I tried to price a trip to Vegas, and it was between $800 and $1,000. That's just ridiculous. And there was one flight that was on a budget airline that was only like $250 round trip, but the way out had one stop with a total trip time of 23 hours, and the way back had a total trip time of 17 hours. Now, they would be stopping in Denver, and I could get some time in there, but then I have to rent a car, no sleep, get to Vegas, no sleep, all that. So I'm trying to get that worked out. So hopefully in the next day or two, I get that settled, get that booked. And then I'm also going to book for either April or May. This week, I'm going to also look for a cruise for my wife and I, maybe some of the kids. And that will be, hopefully as good as the last cruise that we took. I don't even remember what month that was. I think it was summertime maybe, where I made $10,000 in 1 week, and 90% of it was off slots. It was like a miracle week. So anyway, that's what's going on. Weather is good right now. The weather is going to be really a lot warmer the next couple days, although there is a lot of rain that's supposedly moving in, we're going to be in the high 60s and even into the 70s. So by the end of the week, the next couple days are going to be in the 40s and 50s, and then it's going to steadily move up into the 70s by the end of the first week of March. So let's get past this rain, and then we don't have to worry about ice anymore. And well, some people have to worry about ice, depends what city you're in. Ooh, that was a bad one. Anyway, all right, that's it for right now. I'll catch up with you tomorrow, which will be Sunday. All right, guys, I am back. It is Sunday afternoon, and I'm a little bit late getting out today. A lot of stuff going on today. Got up and went and worked on all kinds of catching up that I had to do as far as Advantage Play. I had to update spreadsheets, online spreadsheets, poker spreadsheets, put them all together in the main spreadsheet, and actually, pretty good. Actually, looking pretty good right now. Looks like for the first 2 months of the year, don't quote me, I think I am ahead between 36 and 37, which is like mind-blowing because I was down 18,000 in one day. Unbelievable. So, up, I think 36.7, 36.8, somewhere in there so far for the year. And actually, a lot of the miscellaneous stuff that I'm doing right now is doing better than Blackjack is right now. So kind of crazy. Slots are in the lead right now as far as income. And I have not included any points from credit cards, any free food, free rooms, any of that stuff. I have not included any of that stuff as profit. So I know a lot of people do. I know Coach does. But I have never really done that. It's just too much to keep track of. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. Maybe I will starting now. It doesn't. I don't know. How do you value a room? Average rate, 20% below average rate. How do you value food? Because I'm not gonna. No, I'm not going to pay full price for food ever, right? So I'm gonna go pay something less at a grocery store or a deli or something like that before I'm gonna pay $50 for food at a casino. But anyway, other than that, we did not go to church this morning. My wife wasn't feeling well last night, throwing up, all that stuff, and kind of didn't want her to be out with 1,000 people. But then at the same time, we did have a little family get together. She didn't go to that. But we were celebrating a birthday today, so that was good. Got to hang out with people I haven't seen for a long time, and got to talk to a family member who actually wrote a family history, including information about me. And I told him, I want more copies. I have one copy. He made two versions, a family version and a public version. The public version doesn't have everyone's name in it. The family version obviously does. And I told him, I'd like to get at least 100 copies of this book. It's very important to preserve the family history. So we're going to get together, I don't know when, but sometime, and get that taken care of. And I'll just pay for the order and have it shipped directly to me. Maybe I get more than 100. I don't know. Then we went to, where the heck did we go? Oh, we went to a computer store because I wanted to work on my taxes. And, a few years ago, I couldn't work on my taxes because I had Windows 7, so I upgraded to Windows 10, and now the version that I use for taxes, which is the deluxe, super duper, whatever version, the real expensive one, it doesn't work on Windows 10 anymore, so I need Windows 11. Well, I'm getting ready to build a new PC for myself, but I'm not ready. Because I've got like 3.5 to 4 terabytes of information, and I just want to move things slowly and do things right. And when I tried to upgrade it to Windows 11 today, and it wouldn't let me because it said your PC is over 11 years old. I'm like, yeah, but I built it with some good stuff. It had quad core, 4.3 gigahertz quad core. It was a nice system, but somehow it doesn't qualify. Plus, my system is 97% full as far as space, so I'm like, well, I got to do something. I got to get the taxes done. So I found a refurbished laptop for like $369.99 with Windows 11 on it, and I went and picked that up. We're going to put TurboTax on there and do the taxes on that, and then when I'm done with it, I'm going to wipe it, and then we're going to use that as just a loose laptop in the house that we can use for whatever. Or we have a printer that everybody shares that's not networked on purpose. A lot of stuff that I do on purpose like that, but it's not networked, so we'll be able to plug into that directly if someone wants to print something. I actually have like my Wi-Fi only goes out like 10 feet past my front door, because I don't need someone driving by my house trying to hack people's systems. So anyway, all that got done this morning. Went to Walmart. My daughter needed some stuff from there, clothes, swimsuit, blah blah blah, stuff for track, and all the sweats, all these different things. My wife wanted to buy some food. You go do that, you go do that, and then we all met. I got everything taken care of, took them all home, and I am leaving, but I'm leaving like over an hour later than I normally would. So it's going to be a long day. We're going to be home very early, very late in the morning, and may or may not get sleep tonight. So I'm going to have to try to work hard and make some decent money to make up for that, right? So if I'm not going to get sleep, we need to make some money. So today I woke up early, like 6 a.m., and found some good things online that I could do to make some money. And I actually made $455 this morning before getting out of bed. So that's going to be helpful for today. And right now I am heading out to my first casino. Long way to go to get there. Let me see how much fuel we have. Come on. Well, yeah, what is this? Something's wrong with the... Here we go. Yeah, got plenty of range. I can actually get all the way there, but we'll stop about 2/3 of the way there, get some fuel, and continue our trip. And hopefully it's a good day today. I'd love to play a lot of blackjack today, find some good slots today, and we'll go from there. So that's what's going on. Temperature right now is really good. I mean, depending on what part of the country you're in, you may not think that it's really good. But for me, right now, it's 40 degrees to me. That's good. Feels like 28, but the high in the next couple days is going to get to 70. So today's high is going to be, 40, and then 44, 50, 55, 60, and 70 next week. So that's going to be good. But right now, it's sunny. Skies are clear. Kind of heavy traffic, but it's early on in the trip. We'll see how it goes, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back and getting close, finally to our first stop of the day. It's dark outside now, and still driving. By the way, silver opened up at just under $96 an ounce, so we'll see what happens with that. Not too concerned about it. Can't do anything till tomorrow morning anyway, so till the market opens. So for now, we'll just let it go and not stress about it and let it do what it's going to do. But first thing we're going to do here is once we get in there, we'll check out the slots first, look for some blackjack to play in the back area where people know me less, and then there's going to be a shift change happening, and right after the shift change, then we'll go try to play the regular area and possibly the high limit, just depending on how busy it is, and hopefully make some good money today. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, I am back. So one time through here, I was just about to complain because I was only ahead like $3, and found a couple quick plays right at the end of my lap, and nothing in there. Right now I'm ahead 127. I've been here for about half an hour, 25 minutes or so, something like that. Not so great still. No opportunities on the tables as of right now, but we'll see what we can do. So we'll take another lap here, look for opportunities on tables. All the new shifts has just got here, and I'll come back and update you. Alright guys, I am back. I hate to say this, but this car It needs a good cleaning. Not because I'm dirty, but because I've been in this car for so many hours and so many days. It needs some air freshener in here for sure. Um, but yeah, I went in, played some slots, looked at blackjack, played some slots, looked at blackjack, played some slots, finally played some blackjack, and then played a little bit of slots on the way out. And on the way out, I found all these plays on a couple machines next to each other with this Asian couple just hanging around talking right next to them, not even paying attention. Why are you here? You're here to make money, right? Why aren't you looking? I was shocked. I mean, both of them had a play, and they're like back to back. They're like a carousel, so there's like 3 or 4, I think, maybe 4 of them. I don't know. So I couldn't sit at both at the same time, so I'm trying to hurry through. Of course, I took the better one first, but it had like 4 plays on it. Then I took the other one, and then on the way out, I found one more play and played that one through, and finally ended up leaving. But as far as slots are concerned, I ended the session ahead $259, which is crazy good, considering how many people are in there checking machines. As far as blackjack, I went to the high limit area, couldn't sit down. Went to the low limit area, couldn't sit down. Went to the back area where nobody knew me, couldn't sit down. Waited for the shift change. Did the whole thing again, couldn't sit down. Finally, on the 3rd or 4th try, I found a table. I don't know if it was just open or what, because they hadn't put the table minimum up on the screen yet. It was just a blank screen when I sat down. I didn't care what it was because it was low limit. The most it's going to be is like 50, 75, somewhere in there. So I sit down, they put it up on the screen, started playing, and guy sitting next to me, he buys in for 100, and of course he hits a bonus on his first hand, and then hits another bonus and another bonus. I'm like, oh jeez, taking forever, but finally got through a few shoes, and at the end of this last shoe, things were going so well at the end of it, and finally I ended up losing a few hands at the end. I wish it had just ended just before that, because the guy came to the table and I lost a little bit at the end, but ended up leaving ahead. I have this wrong. I have this as 550. That is incorrect. I ended up leaving ahead 525 on the blackjack, and plus 259 on the slots. Then I went to the area where you can buy food, and they have these little tiny containers now of, like, I don't know, potato salad, pasta salad, stuff like little things like that. I got myself a little thing, and just to hold me over. And of course, it's all free. I ain't paying for nothing. So did that, and then was in the elevator leaving, and it was me and like 5 ladies, probably between like 50 and 65, and maybe 7 ladies actually, and all of them were wearing all black. I'm like, okay. And so it was a kind of a packed elevator. I get in and I go, all right guys, no, this one's good, come on over. I said, I got 5 more guys coming, and their eyes were like wide open, and I'm like, I'm just kidding. And I was in a good mood, told a couple jokes in the elevator there, and headed back to the car. Got to the car and was opening up some food to eat, and I looked at my phone, and a friend of mine had sent me a text message. I called him back, talked to him for a few minutes. He asked me where I was going next. I told him, and he said he might be going there soon as well. So I said, okay, well, I might see you over there then. So maybe he'll be there, and hopefully we add to the winnings. I don't want to be out till like 4 in the morning. I just recovered from the other day, from Friday night into whatever, Saturday, I guess. So it's only Sunday now. What was it? Thursday night into Friday, right? And then I got home early Friday, took a quick nap, took a shower, left home, went to the casino, went and took care of some business, went to back to the casino, and then I played poker, came home, went to sleep, woke up, and then today's Sunday. That's what's happened, So right now, let's head over to another casino. And I don't know what kind of opportunity I'll have there because I'm usually not around Sunday nights. I haven't played blackjack at this place in a really long time. For real. I mean, no, it has been a while. But let's see if we can get on the blackjack table potentially. I don't know if it's worth it or not. This place usually has some bad games, but maybe they'll have something good today. So we're moving on to our next casino, and I'll be back to update you soon. All right, guys, I am back, and not really much going on. By the time my friend came, I'd already made a lap and really hadn't found anything. I played one play and then one one or two spin play, and ended ahead $30. So plus 30, nothing really happening. And right now, thinking about moving on here. I was going to go back to the other casino, but I don't think that makes a lot of sense at this point. So I think we're going to move on to another casino, see how that one goes, see if I get turned away or not. But I'm hoping I can get in, take a nice sweep through, and maybe pick up another something, whatever. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet. It's very noisy in this place, very busy, but no real plays in there at all. So, yep, yeah, that's what's going on right now. I'll be back. Alright, guys, I am back. Roads are very quiet right now, just mainly trucks on the road right now. I mean, after all, it's Sunday night, late Sunday night, and we're going to go ahead and continue on. I've been driving for about an hour, and we're going to continue on to a casino that I'm not too welcome in, but last time I was able to get in, no issues, so we're going to try to do it again and see if we can make something. I don't know, what our chances are of making any money in it. Things have changed quite a bit in there, and I'm hoping not too many people recognize my face anymore in there, so we might be okay. So we're going to try to get in there and make a little bit of money. We still got a little bit to go here to get there, and I'll come back and let you know what happens. Alright, guys, I am back. So yeah, I went in there, no problems. I was video recording on my way in, no issues, got in there. Now again, I'm still concealing part of my face, but my face itself is not concealed, but my ears, my hair was concealed. But I'm kind of like opening up slowly just to see if they say anything or not. And honestly, there's two machines in there that very few people know about. Nobody checks that I know about, and I wanted to take a look at those. I saw a friend of mine, actually, a guy that I saw him on my way out the last time that I was told to leave here, and I saw him and I talked to him for a few minutes, and I'm like, "Are you sure you want to be seen with me?" And he's like, "Yeah," he wasn't worried about it. I said, "I just got here, I'm just taking a quick lap." He said, "Oh, I'm on my last lap for the day." He spends all day in there, and he can make $1,000 a day in there. I don't know how, but whenever I've talked to him, he's usually making good money. I really don't understand it in that place, how he can do that, but he works hard, I can tell you that. So good guy, talked to him for a few minutes. We walked around, looked at some plays. I found a play, and I just told him to play it because it was small. I think he made like $12 on it, and I didn't want to bother with it too much, but one of my biggest goals was to be in there and be seen and be accepted again and all that kind of stuff. And I was telling him, I kind of feel like the guy who told me to leave last time, along with the police officer. Neither one of them had really seen me before, and I've got the video. I can review it and look at it, but like today, the police officer wasn't the same guy, and the last time it wasn't the same guy. And even if it was, it's been like, whatever, 6-8 months, maybe longer since that happened. So, they may not remember me anyway, but so I'm kind of feeling like I could open back up and go back into this place. It was never like a big winner for me, But the last full year that I was in there was a shocking win of like $29,000 in that casino. And then last year was, if you'll remember, it was like $99.99, and I went back in there and I won like $3 or $4, so it put me over $10,000 for the year. After I'd been told not to come back, or they didn't say don't come back, they said we want you to leave. So in the last year and a half, I made $40,000 off a place that I used to skip over because there were so few plays. So I guess there is possibilities there. So right now, we're going to continue toward home. There's still a possibility of one more place. We'll kind of see. It isn't too late yet, but I do want to get enough sleep tonight. As far as silver and gold and all that kind of stuff, they are moving, but not as much as I thought. Silver's up like 1.5%. Gold is up about 1.5%. And oil, of course, that's going to be the big mover with the Strait of Hormuz being shut down. It's up almost 5% to about $70 a barrel. So all that is bad for the economy. Expect turbulent markets this week. Expect gold and silver to be up and down like crazy. I know long term, this is more of a possibility of it. These events are making it so that it's more likely that gold and silver are going to continue to rise on top of the already big tailwinds that they have already. But I do, once it does get to 100, I do want to take money off the table with silver and then kind of reset. And I've talked about that, so I'm not going to keep saying it. Right now, we're going to move on. Our next stop is going to be to get some food because I haven't really eaten anything other than sunflower seeds since I left home. Sunflower seeds and Coke Zero. So let's get some decent food in us here, and I'll come back and update you here in a little while. All right, guys, I am back, and getting pretty late, a little bit after midnight right now. Still got a few more hours to go. Interesting day, kind of short. Was able to make okay money, right? So what did I make? 800, 850, something like that. And then also another 450 this morning. So it's like 1,300 for the day. So decent day. Don't look at the videos online and say, oh, that guy made 8,000. That guy made 10,000. That is not my goal. I mean, I understand. It might seem like it's boring to travel and make very little money compared to what other people are making. But stop and think about it. If you're making $100 a day, that's $36,000 a year. If you're making $500 a day, you're making $190,000 a year or whatever. 180, whatever. Think about it that way. If you're making just 500 a day, just 600, just 800, today we made over $1,000 today. Let's not even say 1,300. At $1,000, you're talking about $360,000 a year. That's a lot of money. So you got to play small ball sometimes, and you got to make the 50 here and the 100 there and the 200 there. And at the end of the year, it adds up. I understand it gets boring, but in the long run, it's the right thing to do. The other thing is, the hardest part is when you have a bad day and you lost 4,000, you lost 6,000, whatever it might be. Those days are incredibly hard, and getting yourself prepared for those days is a big deal. And being smart enough, prepared enough, rehearsed enough to think, okay, I know that these things are going to happen, but I know that I'm averaging 800 a day minus this big loss that's going to happen once or twice a month. He's going to put me at 400 a day, 500 a day, whatever it might be. When you look at it that way, now you're understanding the long game, and you're not going to freak out. And I still freak out sometimes, right? When I was down 8,000, when I was down 18, when I was down 7,600, all those piss you off so much. You hate it. you hate going through those days and you think, if I had just stayed home, how great it would be. I'm doing so great, and then this day happened and just wrecked my month, wrecked my quarter, whatever it might be. But those days are going to happen no matter what. If they didn't happen, if you won every single time, then it would be impossible for casinos to stay in business, right? Because everybody would be doing it. But there are certain things that it's easy to make money at. Safe slots, for example. Well, safe slots, though, how many people are going after the same machines as you? How easy is it going to be to make money? If you're only making $30 a day and you're traveling, you won't survive, right? So we have to have that mixture of all different kinds of things that we do, some safer than others. And even within different categories, there's more safety than others, right? Double deck, your N0, the time that it takes to get to the long run numbers that you're talking about, your N0 is going to be really short. 6 deck, it's going to be a lot longer. 8 deck, it's going to be practically infinite compared to double deck or single deck or something like that. But with that comes more risk, right? So double deck is better N0, but you're going to have bigger swings. Same thing with slots. You're going to have smaller slots. You're going to have bigger value as far as how much it costs for a spin. You might be doing 50 cents a spin and make $100. You might be doing $50 a spin and make 10,000, 15,000. You might make 200. You never know. So there's going to be more swings, more bigger ups and downs. So you could say, okay, I only want to do safer machines that are 30% expected value, like 130%. I want to do up to 110%. I'll do up to $5 a spin, up to $10 a spin. Or you can say I'm doing everything, and that's where you're going to have the most volatility. But in the long run, you'll make more money. And my area is somewhere in between, obviously. I'm at the lower end as far as blackjack. I try to be under $500 a hand, although I'm not afraid of 1,000 and 1,500 and 2,000. But my comfort zone is more in the $500 a hand area, from 25 or 50 or 100 up to whatever. And as far as slots also, I'll do $20 slots, I'll do $30 slots, I'll do $50 slots. But do I really like doing $50, $100, $200? No, not really. And that's why you have friends and you split deals with, make deals with them, and you split plays with them. But you still need to have the money with you. Like today I've got like 19,000 on me. Well, that's what I started with, like 19,730 or something like that. Okay, that's fine. There's no way I'm going to use all that in one casino, right? But what if there's a $100 a spin slot and I want to split it with someone? Am I going to wait hours for someone to get there, or am I going to use my own money until they get there? And if it's someone that you trust, then they know you're not going to screw them. Or you might do it live on YouTube just for them, or on a channel that has no subscribers. You might do it on Discord or whatever. You might record it and show it to them. But whatever path you take, the point is you need to have enough money for it so you don't have to wait for other people to get there. I remember recently, what was it, like 6 months ago, the guy had a play for me, but he was in a city like 3 hours away from where I started, or 2 hours from where I started, and I was driving home, and he thought I was driving toward him. He didn't have it up for the play. So we need to make sure that our communication is open and we understand each other and that we have enough money to play. But let's do our segments. What did you eat today, MW? We're going to talk about just this afternoon and evening. I just had a nice roast beef sandwich, half-pound roast beef, no bun, horseradish sauce, beautiful. I give it a 9 on a scale of 2 through 8. And what did you tip today, MW? I had some decent luck today, decent variance. Although at the end of the shoe, kind of beat me up a little bit, which is unfortunate, but overall did pretty well. Did okay on slots, and so I tipped $0. And what did you learn today, MW? I'm still kind of feeling out these new casinos that I haven't visited in a while. I think it's okay for me to start taking some bigger steps in them. start exposing myself a little bit more, and we're going to continue to do that. Now, I also want to say I was booking my trip to Vegas for the last week of March, and then realized that's not going to work because my kids will be out of school at that time, so we'll be spending time together. We are talking about maybe going to Sarasota area, Tampa, Sarasota area, and the reason for that is shallow water on that side, the Gulf of America. The water's going to be warmer than if you go to the other side of Florida or the southern part of Florida. It's going to be colder water there. Flights are relatively inexpensive.
In half a mile, keep left to stay.
Sorry about that. So, as I was saying, I was looking at flights. They are a little bit more expensive right now with all the turmoil going on in the world, but hopefully things settle down a little bit in the next couple days. If we decide to take the trip, it will be last week of March. If we decide not to take the trip, I still need to be home during that week because otherwise my wife will be alone with the kids 24 hours a day during break, and that's probably not good. So I may move it to the first, to maybe the week before Easter. I'm not positive, so that may be a possibility. So I'll keep you informed on that. Right now, clear skies, 26 degrees outside, feels a lot colder, and heading toward home. And we'll catch up more tomorrow. If you have any questions or comments, my email is mwusa21@gmail.com. mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.